If you're moving to Houston, you've probably already realized something. This city is enormous, and picking the wrong suburb can be a very costly mistake. My team helps close to 200 families move to this area every single year. So today I'm counting down my top suburbs for you based on real experience so you can figure out which one is actually right for you. Stick around because my number one pick probably isn't the one you're expecting. So I'm gonna kick off number 7 with Friendswood. Friendswood sits just west of I-45 on the southeast side of Houston, and it's one of the more established communities on this list. A lot of these homes have some age on them, which gives it a real small town feel that you don't find in the newer developments. You're about 30 minutes from downtown and 30 minutes from the coast. So if your work has you near the refineries or plants along the water, this is one of the few suburbs that keeps both commutes reasonable. One thing that's worth factoring in, since Friendswood sits south of I-10, this side of Houston tends to take hurricanes a little harder when they do hit, and insurance costs often reflect that. It's not a deal breaker, just something to build into your budget alongside the home price. Number 6 is Pearland. Pearland is directly south of Houston along Highway 288, and it's got some really beautiful communities with lakes, parks, and trails. There's some great shopping and dining super close by. I've had several clients relocate here specifically because it puts them close to Houston's medical center without actually having to live inside the city. So if your job has you in and out of that area regularly, this is one I point people toward pretty often. I also have a teammate who lives here and he absolutely loves it. Quick thing before I keep going, I put together a guide of all of the major Houston suburbs, which breaks down way more information than we can possibly cover today. So if you're interested, it's free, grab it down below. All right, back to it. Magnolia is number 5 on the list. It's located northwest of Houston off of FM 1488 and Highway 249. I love Magnolia. It still has that small town feel. You really feel like you're in nature, and there's still plenty of opportunities to purchase acreage, which is getting harder and harder to say about most of the Houston area. It's developing fast, so we're seeing more homes and businesses popping up every single day, but it hasn't lost what makes it feel different. At least not yet. Not to mention, investing in an up-and-coming area can be a great move before development really takes off. So if that's something you're looking into doing, or you want the space without going full rural, this is where I would point you. Now, I know I said my top pick would surprise you, but this next one might too. The Woodlands actually sits at my number 4 place. The Woodlands is a township that sits north of Houston along I-45, and this is one that you constantly read about as being one of the top places to live. This is only semi-true in my opinion. The Woodlands is kind of hard to describe, you just have to see it. It's a true pine forest. The tree cover is so dense in places that you don't even realize there's a business or storefront tucked behind there until you're right on top of it. And it was actually built by a single developer, so it's very cohesive. High-end shopping and dining are a huge part of the draw. You've got the Woodlands Mall, the outdoor shops at Market Street, and the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion for concerts. The catch is that it's expensive, and it's all built up already, so there's no new construction, which deters a lot of people. The market here does move fast though. The schools are really highly rated, so it's still a very desirable area. My number 3 pick is probably a lot of people's number 1s. Katy, Texas sits west of Houston along I-10, and what really sets it apart is the sheer diversity. There is a wide range of home builders and price points, all inside one of the top-ranked school systems in the Houston area. It's also become a real food and culture destination. The Chinatown and Asiatown district out there has grown into one of the best dining and shopping stretches in the entire region. The downside is that it's not cheap, and it keeps climbing. I'm also a small town girl, so it's a little too busy there for me. Number 2 on the list is Conroe. This is where I live, and I actually really struggled with where to place this one, so let me tell you why I ranked it the way I did. Conroe sits directly north of Houston along I-45, and it's one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country right now. If you're someone who's looking for new construction, you can find some of the best deals around, and there's something to be said about tons of new development happening so quickly. We have for sure seen some negatives, like traffic congestion and even a water moratorium that actually stalled development for a little while. It's also a good hour to Houston, so if you work downtown, it may not be the best move. What I love though is all of the well thought out communities. Everybody rides their golf carts everywhere. There's tons of green trees, lakefront communities, breweries. It's just really homey. But the reason I picked it isn't the reason I love it now. I actually did probably just what you're doing right now, and I watched a ton of YouTube videos about the top places to live. And I thought I wanted to live in the Woodlands, and Conroe just being 20 minutes away and much better priced, it was just the better choice for me. I'm super happy living here, which is actually pretty crazy because I moved here sight unseen. And finally, my number one pick is Montgomery, which sits northwest of Houston off of FM 105 right near Lake Conroe. If I were to make a move, this is definitely the suburb I would go to next. For me, it's a mix of the top rated schools and just the feel and the setting. I grew up in North Dakota, Minnesota area where we spent so much time at the lake, and in Montgomery, you get your pick of the lake life, a denser master plan community with tons of amenities, or something with more acreage. It really has it all. The scenery, the rolling hills, the space, and the small town feel that's still close to everything you need. That's my top 7. Each one is built for a different kind of buyer, and Montgomery tops the list for me. If you want a deeper dive into any of these or different suburbs, grab our guide linked in the description. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one next.